Our top story, Western Illinois University union professionals argue there are alternatives to layoffs when addressing a $20 million deficit. WIU's trustees are meeting tomorrow morning, all to discuss staff reduction. WGEM's Dylan Smith explains how faculty, students, and local residents gathered today in hopes of preventing that.
The message today is Save WIU. Union professionals say they're willing and ready to work with the board. They're just asking for a chance.
WIU! WIU! We are! WIU! We are!
The message is simple.
We are one. We work together. There is not one without the other.
WIU needs Macomb, and Macomb needs WIU.
It's time to not lay us off, work with us, build a Western Illinois University together.
2 weeks ago at a Western Faculty Senate meeting, Interim President Christy Mindrup confirmed more layoffs are coming. Last month, the contracts of 36 Unit B employees weren't renewed. For instructors like Sharon Hunter, everyone is hoping that their name won't be on the cut list.
Students will be looking for me for mentorship, for their classes, and for faith building.
We're here for you. You are the reason why we exist.
Merrill Cole, the WIU chapter president of the University Professionals of Illinois, says there are more ways than one to solve the $20 million budget deficit. He says getting to the Quad Cities campus their own state-appropriated funds could help.
You think about SIU, multiple campuses, each of those campuses are funded. Same with UI, but Western, we only get one. We need one for the Quad Cities. That's $20 million about. Right there, that solves the deficit.
Brandon Thompson owns a coffee shop and a comic book store downtown. He's scared for how layoffs might affect small businesses like his.
I watch people sitting in Sullivan Taylor doing their homework, doing, projects, meeting people, grading papers, and that has declined.
At the July 25th Faculty Senate meeting, Mindrup said it's time to realize that Western is a 6,000 student institution. But Cole isn't convinced.
The BOT is giving up on WIU. The administration is giving up on WIU.
In Macomb, Dylan Smith, WGEM News.
Now, by the way, tomorrow's meeting starts at 8 a.m. Dylan will be there, and Mindrup expects fall enrollment to be around 5,500 to 6,000 students.